All right, what's up, YouTube? So we are almost at 60,000 miles on the Lexus, and I got this car used. So I wanted to make sure that I did as much as I can. I don't know what the previous owner did or didn't do. So we got ourselves a little oil here, 0W20. We're gonna do a Toyota OEM synthetic oil. All right, and this is gonna take about 6.8 quarts to get that going. We went with K&N air filter, K&N cabin filter, and we also doing the filter for the oil, also K&N. I was gonna do K&N oil, but I prefer to go OEM with that. We also got here our funnel, so we can pour our oil in. Comes with this little, I don't even know what the thing does, but I guess it holds in place. We'll try that out. Comes with a little drain plug. I never used this before, so when we, before we take off the thing, I'm gonna put a little drain plug so it drains right out of the filter. We'll see how that works. We have our crusher washer that we're gonna put on our drain plug. So there's gonna be our oil change right here, all that. All right, we're also gonna do some spark plugs. All right, and this time around, well, first time on this car, we're going with ruthenium. Apparently this is new. Some people are saying, stick to OEM, which I always agree, stick to OEM, but I want to give it a try, see how it works. So I'm only at 60,000 miles. Really, you shouldn't be doing with these cars. I think at about 100 miles, that's when you do your 100,000 miles. That's when you do your spark plugs. But I want to do it at 60. Why not? Used car. I don't know what the previous owner did, so I just want to start with what I know, what I've done. What I'm I want to have a record of everything that's been done. I also check, make sure that the gap was right, and it is 43. What is it? 43 inches, I think 0.43 inches in the gap, so that works just fine. We also got, while we're there, we're gonna clean the throttle body again. Probably not dirty. I just want to clean it, make sure that it's fine. So we got a throttle body cleaner just to do that. We also got, as far as tools, we got a spark plug remover. So this is a 5.8. 5/8, sorry, 5/8, and this is magnetic, so it'll make it easier for you to take this out. We got our torque wrench, our regular wrench, and we're gonna need a 10 millimeter and a 14 millimeter to take out the everything that's under there, the drain plug and whatever's holding that in place, and always a little little plate basically to put all your magnetic screws or whatever else you might drop. So this is it. So it's going to be a little tune-up, a small little tune-up. I also want to get the differentials done and all that, but I think I'm going to hold off on that just a little bit more. See when we get that done, see how that works out. Let me see how this goes first. It's the first time on the Lexus. I've done it in other cars. Shouldn't be too different. Again, I was gonna go with K&N, but OEM better. Here's our oil, 6.8 quarts. Also, in the oil, it's 6.8 quarts. I always mark it down, so I marked it here. How much? Basically, I'm gonna use all this and leave about that, and then I'll check the oil and see how my level is. But that's usually how I do it. So you don't want to overfill it. We'll go over torque specs and everything else, how to put this on, and hopefully it all comes out great. Let's start. It is a windy day today, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very windy. And Posty's the sacrifice today for the floor and keeping nice and comfortable. All right, so we're gonna go underneath the car. And the first thing you want to do is you want to remove these 10 millimeter bolts right here. So 1, 2, and 3. And those 3 are going to allow you to remove drain out your what do you call that, your filter. All right, so start off, let's see, this may be a good spot right here. All right, so it is windy today. Ooh. All right. This is why this is very important, because then that way you can just throw your screw in there. It doesn't go anywhere, especially with the wind like this. You want to make sure you're able to hold on to them. There it is. And that's the housing. All right. Put this somewhere secure. And let's see, once you're in there, let's see, there's your filter. All right, so now what we gotta do here, let's see, I've never really done this one before. Okay, all right, we're gonna look at this and figure it out. All right. I hope the camera's catching a good angle. Maybe I put the wrong thing. I don't know. I thought this was supposed to go here. Apparently not. It's not how that goes. Huh. This is kind of weird. All right, I got the wrong tool. All right. So now we have access to the filter here, and we're gonna put the tool. Make sure that it fits in. All right. Have your little drain here. That's my extension. Okay, it's a little tight there. So that whole little drain thing, not really sure what that was. Honestly, I don't got time. It's too windy. I got time to figure that out. It would have been nice to plug it in and see. Okay, it drains right out, but oh, it's a really windy day today. Now you can do it by hand. Make sure that you have your catch can. Let it run out. Oh, there it is. All right. We're just gonna let that filter out there for a second. All right. The next thing we're gonna do is gonna go get that plug. All right. So as we let that drain, so let that drain for a little bit. All right. So here we have the old filter remove, and you want to remove the filter. Okay. Here's the new one from K&N. You can see the difference between the two. This one seems like it's a little bit more, I don't know, open. They look about the same, honestly. Not a big difference. This seems to have more fins. I don't know how to explain it. It looks about the same. So when you take it out, just make sure you clean it all out. It's all drained out. Make sure it's nice and clean everywhere. And you're gonna put the filter. Actually, you know what? Let's remove the O-ring here. All right, remove the old O-ring. Let's put in the new O-ring. And before you put it on, you know, there's oil there. Make sure you put a little bit of oil. Just grab a little bit of oil. Put it all over it. Just so it's nice and lubed. There you go. I got a dog barking in the background. Alright. So it goes right in there. Right boy boys. There you go. Alright. And then you're gonna slide the new filter in. Alright, it's good in there. And it's ready to go back in. Alright, so real quick I want to show you. I put the filter back on. So I messed up on something. So there's an extra O-ring and I was trying to figure out where that goes. I didn't realize that this is actual screw right here. So you're supposed to take this out first before you take out the whole casing, so that that's where you put in your little drain plug. That's where everything, the little hose that I was trying to use, that's where it goes. But too late now. I'm gonna put this back on, and the torque spec for this is 18.5 foot-pounds. All right. But yeah, if you were to take this out, it will come out of there. Let's see. When you do the housing here, all right? Let's see. So it would have came out. The little screw would have came out. That's where you would have put your little drain plug, and that's how it all would have just spilled right out. All right. And then there's another. Let's see. Take this out. And then there's another O-ring right there that you would have changed and taken that out. So that's done and over with. We're not doing that anymore. So I'm not trying to take that out. It was in there too. Like I tried to take it out afterwards, and man, it's not going anywhere. So as long as it doesn't drain, I think we're fine. All right. Make sure you clean everything. Anywhere oil might have spilled, just clean it out. Make sure it's nice and clean. And then we're gonna move your drain plug, your drain catch here all the way over there. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the 14 millimeter that's all the way over there. All right, so 14 mil is next. Let's get that going. All right, here's our 14 millimeter drain plug. What I'm gonna do here is, man, this is too long. Here's a shorter one. So once you crack it open, right, you don't have to go too crazy. You crack it, should come out nice and easy. Right, so turn it with your hand. And do this with gloves, guys. Tilt it a little bit. And get it right out. Oh, there it goes. Let that drain, let that drain. And we're gonna let that drain out. All right. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little trusty magnet here. So we have this, and can you believe, let me see, I have to wait for that to drain out to see if there's a crush washer there, because I don't think there's a crush washer here. Yeah. I'm not sure if there's a crush washer or not, but you have any new crush washers? Get your new one, put in your crush washer, put it right there. And I'm pretty sure that there is no crush washer here. So I'll have to check over there, see, make sure it's not stuck. It definitely wasn't here. All right, let's let that finish draining out, and we'll continue from there. All right, so while the oil is draining out, I'm gonna remove your oil cap so you kind of get some air, kind of drills out a little bit quicker. All right, so put this in a nice, safe place. Just pull it up. All right. Put this down somewhere that it's not gonna fly away. All right. So once we're in here, we have our tube here that's gonna hold on to nice and steady. See there? And then you put your funnel right there, that way you could pour your oil with no issues. Yeah, I like that. Stays nice in place. Let me see. Look at that. That's pretty impressive. I like that. Alright, that's pretty cool. I like that. Alright. So, you know what? Let's finish with the oil change because we're losing light. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to have light here. And I kind of want to be able to do this and show you. Alright, so once it's done draining out, make sure you clean it completely. You see it's still dripping a little bit. Just drip it, clean it as much as you can. It's not gonna completely 100% drain all out. Yeah, see that? Still coming out. Alright. And there was a pressure washer there. It was just stuck to the pan. So here we go. We put the new one in here and put it right back. Yeah, keep cleaning it. Put it right back. All right. So now we got that completely clean. We can move this out the way. Oh, we'll do that. Should clean it all out. All right. So once you have that in, now we gotta tighten that up. All right. So grab your ratchet, and we're gonna put it to 30 foot-pounds, all right? There it is, 30 foot-pounds. You're nice and tight. You're done here, but don't. Make sure you clean everything. Everything's completely clean. The reason why you want to clean is because you want to make sure that there's no oil spills. Once you add your oil, make sure that there's nothing dripping, nothing coming from anywhere. That whatever oil you have here is from just from when you took everything out, so nothing new. Right, so that's clean. This is clean. It's all clean. And then once we're done with that, then we put everything back. All right, so now we're ready to add the oil. Here's our 0W20, and we're gonna do 6.8 quarts. Let's see how well this funnel works. Goes right in there. Oh, it's beautiful. Is it spilling anywhere? No, it's going right in. All right, we'll fast forward that. So we got 6 quarts in there, and this requires 6.8. So remember, 8 we marked it down, so we want to use basically from here to here and leave that much. So this is the one we're going to be a little careful, and then we add as if we need once we measure. Right? So here you go, pour some in, see where we are. Still here. 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 I never understood why they didn't make these like a little easier to see. See, I'm literally like right there. It's so hard to see. But yeah, a little more. All right, there's our 6.8. All right. Let that fall down. I love this thing. I don't know if I said it, but I do love this thing. It's nice and easy. Everything went, no spills, no mess. What more can you ask for, right? All right. And let's see. So the next thing is to do the spark plugs. Now to do the spark plugs, that's going to be a little bit more time consuming because we do have to get through all these, remove basically that connector, that one, get through that. It is going to take a little bit of time, and as you can see right now, it's starting to get a little dark and very, very windy. So I'm going to cut that and leave that for another day. Maybe I'll do the cabin filter today, and then once I do the spark plugs, I'll do the spark plugs with the filter here, with the intake filter, and clean out the throttle body all in one shot, so that, you know, I can record it better with some better light, because this is impossible. My stand broke, so I have my stand-in stand right now. She's beautiful, so she's great. Clean it all out. Just put it back in. Alright, so there we go. So now if you look right here in the bottom, you just want to make sure that there's nothing dripping out. So just double check everything. There's oil from the previous when we took it out, right? Nothing leaking out of the housing there, the filter. It's all good. And nothing leaking out of the drain plug. Right? Completely sealed, 30 foot-pounds, nothing there. So you see there's oil here. This is all from when I took it out and I kind of bounced the oil around. So that's why I say always make sure you clean everything so that when you look, nothing looks surprising. I'm like, oh man, where's that oil coming from? No, I know exactly where it's coming from. Right. Clean that all out. Yeah. All right, so again, just double check there's no oil. We're gonna bring the car down and test it out and then check the oil level, see, make sure that everything's good. Spill check, all good. This is from before. Nothing grading. Nothing grading. All good. Alright guys, don't forget to put your cover back, alright? Before, and then take everything from underneath before back in. See, like I left don't want to run on top of the extra oil there. Alright. Look at that oil. That's nasty. Alright, brand new oil. Let's check it out. There she is. Let's check it out. Alright, so let's check the dipstick. Let's see, do we need any oil? Where are we? Now, can you see it? You know, they should have made these a lot easier to read. But you actually, let me see if I can. Autofocus, baby. There you go. See it? Just right in the second dot. We're good to go. Alright. Yeah, so you can see it one more time. This is clean. A little closer right here. Closer. That's clean. Yeah. Let's go back in. Take it out. On the money. Yeah. Perfect. Alright. And that's it. That's the install. That's how you do an oil change. Pretty quick and easy. It would have been done a lot better, a lot quicker if not really quicker, but you know, it was my first time with this one. I've done it with other vehicles. This thing looks pristine. Like, I mean, it looks great, but that oil change, man, that oil looked dirty, like real dirty. So I don't know when the last guy who had this car did it, but you know, we're done. Okay. Say bye, baby. My camera lady.